Dr. CV, Suresh Babu's Virtual Classroom presents Test Yourself series. Introduction to CPU Scheduling.
Question. Preemptive scheduling is a strategy of temporarily suspending a running process. The given options are option A, when it requests I/O, option B, to allow starving processes to run, option C, before the CPU time slice expires, option D, none of the above. Here are the explanations. Option A, when it requests I/O. It is a general scheduling process, not unique to preemptive. Option B, to allow starving processes to run. In non-preemptive scheduling, a running task is executed till completion. It cannot be interrupted. Option C, before the CPU time slice expires. Preemptive scheduling tasks are usually assigned with priorities. At times, it is necessary to run a certain task that has a higher priority before another task, although it is running. Therefore, the running task is interrupted for some time and resumed later when the priority task has finished its execution. Hence, option C, before the CPU time slice expires, is a suitable answer. Question. Dash includes actual execution time plus time spent waiting for resources, including the processor. The given options are option A, response time, option B, turnaround time, option C, deadlines, option D, throughput. Here are the explanations. Option A, response time. Response time is the time spent when the process is in the ready state and gets the CPU for the first time. Option B, turnaround time. Turnaround time includes actual execution time plus waiting time. Option C, deadlines. It assigns priorities to the task according to the absolute deadline. The task whose deadline is closest gets the highest priority. Option D, throughput, is the number of processes that complete their execution per unit time. Hence, option B, turnaround time, is a suitable answer. Question. In which scheduling certain amount of CPU time is allocated to each process? The given options are option A, earliest deadline first scheduling, option B, proportional share scheduling, option C, equal share scheduling, option D, none of the mentioned. Here are the explanations. Option A, earliest deadline first scheduling. Earlier deadline first scheduling is a dynamic priority scheduling algorithm used in real-time operating system to place processes in priority queue. Option B, proportional share scheduling. Proportional share scheduling is a type of scheduling that pre-allocates certain amount of CPU time to each of the processes. In a proportional share algorithm, every job has a weight and jobs receive a share of the available resources proportional to the weight of every job. Option C, equal share scheduling. Fair share scheduling is a scheduling algorithm for computer operating systems in which the CPU usage is equally distributed among system users or groups as opposed to equal distribution among processors. Option D, none of the mentioned. Hence, option B, proportional share scheduling, is a suitable answer. Question. In round-robin CPU scheduling, as the time quantum is increased, the average turnaround. The given options are option A, remains constant, option B, varies irregularly, option C, increases, option D, decreases. Here are the explanations. Option A, remains constant. The average turnaround time can increase in some case and can decrease as well as in some case. It does not remains constant. Option B, varies irregularly. In round robin algorithm, the value of time quantum or the time slice plays a crucial role in deciding how effective the algorithm is. If the time quantum is too small, there could be a lot of context switching happening, which could slow down the performance. If the time quantum is too high, then round robin behaves like first come first serve. If the time quantum is increased, the average response time varies irregularly. Option C, increases. Not in all cases, in certain cases it decreases. Option D, decreases. Not in all cases, in certain cases it may increase. Hence, option B, varies irregularly is a suitable answer. Question. The dispatcher. The given options are: option A, actually schedules the task into the processor. Option B, processor scheduling. Option C, put task in IO wait. Option D, none of the above. Here are the explanations. Option A, actually schedules the task into the processor. Dispatcher is the one which gives control to the process selected by the scheduler to CPU. Thus, it schedules the task into processor. Option B, processor scheduling. Process scheduling is an operating system task that schedules processes of different states like ready, waiting and running. Option C, puts task in IO wait. Medium-term scheduler puts task in IO wait from active contention for the CPU and thus reduces the degree of multiprogramming. Option D, none of the above. Hence, the dispatcher is option A, actually schedules the task into the processor. Question. The shortest job first algorithm executes first the job. The given options are: option A, that last entered the queue. Option B, that first entered the queue. Option C, with the least processor needs. Option D, none of the above. Here are the explanations. Option A, that last entered the queue. The last entered job will be executed first only if it has least processor needs. Option B, the first entered the queue. The algorithm which serves the first entered job first is first come first serve, not shortest job first algorithm. Option C, with the least processor needs. As a process with short burst time arrives, the existing process is preempted or removed from execution and the shorter job is executed first. Option D, none of the above. Hence, the shortest job first algorithm executes first the job. Option C, with the least processor needs is a suitable answer. Question. Which scheduling policy is more suitable for a time-shared operating system? The given options are: option A, shortest job first. Option B, round robin. Option C, first come first serve. Option D, elevator. Here are the explanations. Option A, shortest job first. Shortest job first is a scheduling policy that selects for execution the waiting process with the smallest execution time. Shortest job next is a non-preemptive algorithm, whereas time-shared operating system is a preemptive algorithm. Option B, round robin. In order to schedule processes fairly, a round robin scheduler generally employs time sharing, giving each job a time slot or quantum, its allowance of CPU time, and interrupting the job if it is not completed by then. It is designed especially for time-shared operating system. Option C, first come first serve. First come first serve is a non-preemptive algorithm, but time-shared operating system is preemptive algorithm. Option D, elevator. The elevator is also called as scan. It is a disk scheduling algorithm. to determine the motion of the disk arm and head in servicing read and write request. It does not deal with process scheduling. Hence, option B, round robin, is a suitable answer. Question. Consider a set of n tasks with known runtimes R1, R2 up to Rn to be run on a uniprocessor machine. Which of the following processor scheduling algorithms will result in the maximum throughput? The given options are option A, round robin, option B, shortest job first, option C, highest response ratio next, option D, first come first serve. Here are the explanations. Option A, round robin. In round robin, if time quantum is less, more number of processors are present and all the processor burst times will be high than quantum time. Then throughput decreases. Option B, shortest job first. Shortest job first serves all the shorter processors first. Therefore, number of processes completed in given time interval will be more in SJF than any other. Option C, highest response ratio next. Highest response ratio next policy favors shorter jobs, but it also limits the waiting time for longer jobs. Option D, first come first serve. In first come first serve, if longer job arrived first, then its throughput decreases. Hence, option B, shortest job first, is a suitable answer. Question. Which of the following statements are true? 1. Shortest remaining time for scheduling may cause starvation. 2. Preemptive scheduling may cause starvation. 3. Round robin is better than FCFS in terms of response time. The given options are option A, 1 only, option B, 1 and 3 only, option C, 2 and 3 only, option D, 1, 2 and 3. Here are the explanations. Option A, 1 only. True. Shortest remaining time for scheduling may cause starvation. Option B, 1 and 3 only. True. The response time of round robin is better than first come first serve. Option C, 2 and 3 only. True. Since option 1 is true. Option D, 1, 2 and 3. Yes, since all the above 3 options are true. Hence, option D, 1, 2 and 3 is a suitable answer. Question. In real-time operating system, the given options are option A, all processors have the same priority. Option B, a task must be serviced by its deadline period. Option C, process scheduling can be done only once. Option D, kernel is not required. Here are the explanations. Option A, all processors have the same priority. No, all processors need not have same priority. Option B, a task must be serviced by its deadline period. Yes, every task in a real-time operating system have a specific deadline. Option C, process scheduling can be done only once. No, process scheduling can be done as per the requirements. Option D, kernel is not required. No, kernel plays the vital role scheduling decision making in real-time operating system services. Hence, option B, a task must be serviced by its deadline period, is a suitable answer.
Thank you, friends. We will meet you at the next informative video. Until then, take care. If you like the video, like it, share it, and share your valuable comments with us. Do subscribe our channel for more useful videos. Take care. Have a nice day.
For more detailed information, refer to our book, Operating Systems, Simplified, by Dr. C.V. Suresh Babu. Highlights of our simplified series. Why should I learn this chapter? Snapshot. Frequently asked question. Summary. Activity. Assignment. Video online. Just before exam. Test yourself. Keywords. Further readings. For more tutorial videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel.